I'm
today.
very excited about the basketball cards.
All right. So let's start with that one. We got 6 games. One didn't have an overnight line, so I didn't check at it, but look at it. But that line is out now, so you don't have to do any bullshit Pinnacle opener shit. You can give you the market line here. Let's start with the one game that I thought I had to lean on, and it kind of reminds me of the Memphis-Houston game yesterday. New York at Boston. I'm thinking obviously Boston, a great team, but and depth, which is great. But Hayward out, that's an adjustment. New York, how good or bad are they? I think Enes Kanter is a solid player. Obviously, Porzingis is going to have to put the team on his shoulder most games. My sense is, though, that one way or another, the Knicks getting 9 points, or maybe on the first half or something, is a good play. What do you think, Jim?
Yes, I agree. I like the Knicks here. I mean, is this the Jabari Bird, Abdel Nader, Sami Ojeleye, Daniel Theis-led Celtics you were expecting this year? Marcus Morris will be back any day now. They need him desperately. I think 9 is too big of a spread. Porzingis is the first Knick since Patrick Ewing in 93-94 to open the season with back-to-back 30-point games. I love the 9 points. I'm going to take it.
That was a pick that you were looking at yourself, huh?
I've got 5 official picks out of the 6 basketball games today. I love these games.
There you go. Jim, motherfucking bag. You're up, what are you up the last 4 days?
I'm up $1,396 documented, not including my bet box winnings, which I need to stop. I know the juice is shit, but I'm hot. Ever since that thrashing I took on Thursday, that debilitating beating that I took, I've stepped up 4 days straight.
That's awesome, Jim.
It's great. It's going to help my stay down here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm not documented, but you just got to take my word for it. Over the past 2 weeks, I'm actually up over $10. I'm up like $12.50, which is fucking awesome. Absolutely.
The black is the black.
Absolutely. All right. So, and I got another $5 riding on the Knicks tonight. So, so hopefully that'll cash. All right. Well, we're both going to get minus 105 here. Oh no, plus 100 at Pinnacle. Well, so obviously money coming in on Boston. Does that concern you? I don't think so.
It doesn't concern me. I think you hit it on the head with Kanter. Kanter is going to be trouble.
Yeah.
He's going to be tough to deal with, and Porzingis is going to head outside and stretch the Celtics big men. I think 9 points is too much.
Yeah, I mean, these line moves are important in the NBA, but look at last night, right? Sacramento closed at 2.5 or 3 as a 3 or 2.5 or 3 point favorite. Easily, obviously, Phoenix was the call last night, and I once again had no balls on that one. All right, Jim, you're saying you're having a lot of NBA plays tonight, but there's only 5 other games. What else do you like tonight, Jim?
Okay, I like the Bulls at plus 14.5. The Cavaliers, we see this time and time again. They're not going to try. They're not going to try. Derrick Rose is out of the lineup with a sprained ankle. It's Jose Calderon's time, and the results are going to be hideous. He can't defend. I know when he played for the Raptors, I had to watch him barely defend night in and night out. Yes, the Bulls lineup is ugly.
Yes.
Sure. It's a very ugly lineup. But I just see the Cavaliers going up by 20 maybe and just, playing their bench. Wade's now coming in off the bench, which I think will help them. But I like this. I like this, the 14.5 points. We've seen time and time again the Cavaliers not trying. Now, of course, they're angry about the Magic game, and they're going to come out. But I just like the plus 14.5. Do I still have plus 14.5? I haven't.
Not only do you have 14.5, you have 14.5 plus 100 at Pinnacle. Again, another line where money seems to be coming in at least a little bit as of right now on Cleveland. BetOnline is juiced towards Cleveland. Pinnacle slightly juiced towards Cleveland. So plus 14.5. Plus 100. And just quickly to go back to the Knicks game, I was also thinking about doing a little units padding there and taking New York on the first half as well. Why would we not like that? My sense is that the depth we got burned on taking Milwaukee last night. They covered. We got wins on that one. But then I also went on the first half, and I'm sorry I mean, you went on that one too.
I think I'll win most of the time when I tell you.
I'm thinking the first half might be also a play.
We were fortunate for the Bucks to cover last night. It was a very tight game, and they pulled away by 9 or 11. They pulled away late. We were fortunate there. I'm concerned that the Celtics are going to come out firing.
Think so, huh?
I'm a little concerned that they're at home and they're dealing with adversity and they're going to come out firing. But I understand why you would take it.
Right, but you're going to hold off. All right, but you are going to add Bulls plus 14.5 plus 100 against Cleveland. Okay, what else do you like, Jim?
I have another dog here with the Pacers. Sure, the Wolves are now 2-1 thanks to Andrew Wiggins' half-court heave. Yeah. There's only one ball, and Jimmy Butler is getting used to seeing it in Andrew Wiggins' hands. Butler's averaging 13.3 points a game. We'll see what kind of veteran presence he does provide, if he's going to be comfortable not touching the ball. The Pacers, I tell you, they're glad to see Jeff Teague making mistakes for the opposite bench. It looks like Thibodeau's already growing tired of his antics. Yes, the Miles Turner loss, his third consecutive game out with a concussion, is huge, and big ol' Al Jefferson can't play 20 minutes in the NBA. But I had the Pacers to cover the 9-point dogs versus the Heat. They did that easily. I think that this is another situation where the Pacers can cover with the Wolves. The Wolves are barely winning games right now. They're going to be a good team once they figure themselves out. I like the spot.
Yeah, that was my note here says slight lean Indiana getting this many points. Myself, I'm just concerned about do the Pacers have the talent without Miles Turner to keep up with them for the full game? You think yes, right?
I think they can keep up with him. I do.
Okay.
Oladipo is trying to carry the team, which he won't be able to do for a full year. But I've watched the Wolves. I'm very interested in the Wolves team this year. I think they're going to be a really good team, but it's going to take them a while to figure stuff out.
Yeah. All right. 11 minus 105 at Pinnacle is the best line on that one. Indiana plus 11 minus 105. And what else do you like, Jim?
All right. Okay, this is good. Okay, I like the Blazers at home. There goes my dog streak. I do have one more dog, but the Trail Blazers have won 16 straight home openers. I think that Jameer Nelson is a good pickup for the Pelicans. The vet can still play. But Lillard is averaging 23.7, 5.7, 5.3. He's a great player. Nurkic is averaging 13 and 8 and can play better. And we're going to need him tonight to play much better and to shoot more than the 43% he's been averaging. It's going to be a tough matchup for Nurkic, but I think the Blazers win by double digits.
All right. Well, 5 dimes does have 4, but we don't use 5 dimes here. Again, we're maybe being a little bit over. Maybe I'm overdoing it with our market. No, it's right. That's what you should do. Always use market lines and always use up to date, up to the minute lines. Minus 4.5, minus 101 at Pinnacle is the line that we can give you. Is that okay for you, Jim?
That sounds great.
But anyone who does use 5 dimes should use 5 dimes, and they do have minus 4, minus 108. So minus 4.5, minus 101 on Portland. And what do you think about the Indiana first half? Do you think that Minnesota might pull away early or pull away late? Which do you think they're more likely to do?
I think the Minnesota is more likely to pull away early. And that also happened in the Heat game.
Yeah.
Heat pulled away early in the third, and halftime was sort of close. Pulled away early in the third, and then the Pacers mounted their comeback. Now, on the chat, I'm taking a lot of heat. People think it's a bad bet.
The Pacers,
they won't. Without Turner, no rebounding, more scoring opportunity for the Wolves. Rashawn Brown thinks T-Wolves will roll big. Never Faded thinks it's a bad bet, and Minnesota is the play here. Even Justin Searcy doesn't like my Portland call. But I'm good with this. I'm comfortable with this, and I've watched the Pacers this year, and they're much better than I thought they were.
All right, we shall see if you come out overall on top against all these commenters. I don't have the comments up right now, and of course, I do turn my my internet off so that I have 10 o'clock a.m. lines to quote here. So I can't see the comments right now, and I would really like to, because I'm sure there's a lot of disagreement. Yesterday, there were some people saying that Sacramento, easy money. So the commenters, sometimes they're dead on, sometimes they're way off, just like the rest of us.
Yeah.
Right, Jim? Absolutely. All right, is that it for you? 4 NBA picks? No, you got another one. Wow.
Okay, what else? I'm also taking the Jazz with this point spread. Now, there's a lot of talk about this right now, in the live chat. Rashawn Brown says, before anyone says the Clippers haven't beaten anybody, they've beaten who they played. I don't feel that, man. I think the Clippers are a pack of frauds and won't make the playoffs. Griffin leads the NBA in defensive win shares at 0.143 while scoring 29 points a game. Enjoy that while you can, Clippers fans, because he's going to get hurt soon, maybe tonight. Now, I like Beverly and Austin Rivers. They're very good defensive backcourt. But the Jazz are a real team, and that's who the Clippers are going to face, and I think it'll be a wake-up call. They played. Now, if the Jazz get Rodney Hood back, that's a huge difference maker, because they're always going to have problems scoring. But I like Rudy Gobert to shut down the Clippers bigs, and I like the Jazz here.
All right, plus 4.5, minus 102 is the line right now at at Pinnacle. Let's just quickly, I know that you follow totals somewhat closely. You're liking Chicago plus the points, which I think is interesting. Don't disagree with. And I actually bet the under on that one. I got 209, which is a nice number. Now it's down to 207.5 or 207. What do you think about that one?
I think the under is a great call.
Well, if you think it's so great, why didn't you give it yourself?
I'm up in the darkness trying to figure these games out, and I just wish we had more time. To break these games down, and I do the best I can.
Yes, I know, Jim. I know, and you do a fucking great job so far.
Thank you. But when I hear the under Bulls Cavs, I think you got it at a great line at 209, and I'm not afraid to take it at 207.
207.5. Well, I'm not trying to get you to go on there with me, but that was just one way that I was, another pick that I was thinking about giving. Any comments from the chat on that one about the Chicago-Cleveland under now at 207.5, or even the first half under, which might be a decent play as well. You know what? I will. Let me just quickly go back to my notes here. We're about to wrap up the NBA section of this. Yes, I think that. All right, I'll take it. Chicago, Cleveland, under 207.5. Under 207.5. Minus 104 at Pinnacle is the current line on that one.
I want it too.
Are you sure, Jim?
I'm 100% sure.
The last time you did this, you got a loss that I wish I didn't have to add on to your record because it was only because of me saying it with the Milwaukee first half.
It's all good. I'm taking a lot of heat today on the forum with my picks.
Really?
A lot of heat.
They don't like the Knicks pick either?
The Knicks wasn't as yeah. I mean, there were people think the Celtics are going to run, but I'm getting hammered on all my picks. And hey, I'm winning at the NBA this year. So I hear you guys don't agree with me, but I'm confident in the way I'm seeing games.
Yeah, overall, Jim, despite the fact that we had to give you a bullshit loss on Miami last night, and despite the fact that you had to take a first half loss on Milwaukee first half only because I mentioned it, which also is a bullshit loss, you're still 9-6 in the show overall, plus 3 units, plus 19% ROI. Really should be 9-4, or 9-5, no, 9-4. Yeah, absolutely. So, but you did. But that's the thing. Like, no matter what the reason is for a bet, if you make the bet, I mean, you tailed me on the Milwaukee first half, so we got to count it.
I believe if we look at every time I tail you, I believe I'll be up. I'll be heavily in the black by the end of the year.
I don't know about that. All right. So, and by the way, despite my Golden State loss from last night, I'm also 7-3 in this show, plus 3.7 units, plus 35% ROI. All right. So, all right, I'm going to add on the Bulls under 207.5, and Jim taking that one as well. So to sum up in NBA, I'm on Knicks plus 9, plus 100, and the Bulls under 207.5. Jim is on Knicks plus 9, Bulls plus 14.5, Indiana plus 11, Portland minus 4.5, Utah plus 4.5, and the Bulls under 207.5. Anything else you want to add on there, Jim?
Well, I'm leaving the Nets Magic game alone.
Yeah,
it's a tough one. Obviously, the Magic have looked really good, and now they've looked good without Elfrid Payton and Aaron Gordon. I don't know quite how that is possible. And I'm on the Nets this year. I have their the win total over 27.5. But this just looks like a tough spot. I thought, I mean, the money is leaning towards the Magic, right? It started at 3.5.
I wanted to take the Magic here, but just with Brooklyn, Brooklyn's looking legit good, aren't they?
Well, they are.
Yeah, and with the the roster issues that Orlando's having right now, and giving 5 points, or bookmaker has 4.5. I guess I'm going to hold off. I wanted to take Orlando, but I guess I'll hold off on that one.
Yeah, and I'm taking more heat from Never Faded. He takes heat minus 11, but not Minnesota over a horrible Indiana team. Clearly, I think the Hawks without Schroeder is a much, much worse team than the Pacers. Never Faded.
All right, so you're taking a lot of heat, man. I wish I could read the comments here, but I'm not going to turn on my my internet. Wow. All right, so a lot of people on the opposite side of Jim, and you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 picks. Well, I think if you go 4-2 on those 6 picks, you are definitely the winner in against the forum haters or the forum doubters. No one hates you, Jim, but there are people who will be strongly against you, right?
Yeah.
All right, so that wraps it up for NBA. Jim and I, in a small sample size, are both up this year, despite the fact that Jim had to take 2 bullshit losses last night. 6 picks for Jim, 2 picks for me in the NBA, and that wraps it up for the NBA.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.